Limitless. What's the English of
the sky.
Okay, sky.
The sky.
It feels limitless.
The sky is the limit.
Yeah. So think of that into the outer space. Like they could go as far as they want. And suddenly there's a good chance they may not want all that.
Yeah.
They just wanted a taste of, is that really what I want? And after they test a little, they're like, nah. Nobody likes, at the end of the day, people like to have a home, go inside a house,
they
right?
Love to belong to
they don't want to be on the
something.
streets, right?
Yeah.
But if that's what they think they want, you gotta let them go taste that. You have to let them go taste that, So that's why no contact rule indefinitely. So the fear of the no contact rule is that what if
they never come back?
Right?
I love this person to death.
So the answer is that what if they never come back? That's the answer. Like, what would you do if they never come back, right? Because that's a possibility, right? And if you're not able to answer that question, there's a good chance. The fear of the no contact rule. All right, the fear of the no contact rule. A no contact rule is what is followed by married couples after they have filed for divorce. This no contact rule is what restricts them from having any type of contact with one another. So it's a little tricky, married couples, The no contact rule is a measure or some kind of strategy, when somebody has checked out, they say they don't want to do anymore, So it's when you're talking about single people, it's easy to just say, okay, I won't call. We don't have children. I'll leave them alone for 2 weeks. For some people say 30 days, right? I say indefinitely. If they're the one that pulled the plug, I say indefinitely.
And now some people are having anxiety from that indefinitely that you just said. Explain it.
Explain it. Okay. That's a good point. So indefinitely because precisely because of anxiety. Because if I tell you 14 days, now the anxiety with the 14 days, let's say there's a chance that it won't happen in 14 days. We don't know how bad the damages are to that relationship, right? If I tell you,
kind of creates expectations.
It creates expectations. Yeah.
And it's unrealistic because, it's involving another person.
Another person. And you have no idea what is going on with them. See, listen, we're talking about marriage now. They committed. They went and read vow with you. But somehow, no matter what your theories are, somehow they've pulled the plug.
They can't stand your guts right now.
Yeah, they have. And the fact that they've pulled the plug, it's a big deal, Obviously you're feeling it, right? You're feeling depressed right now,
yes.
Because this is your marriage we're talking about here, right? So if I tell you 14 days, naturally the human brain will say, oh, a guru told me 14 days, right? And then if it doesn't happen in 14 days, guess what just happened? You're disappointed.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a scam.
It's a scam. And that puts you in a space of disorientation, and you're now looking for answers all over the place. And that also puts you at the mercy of the other person's actions, right?
And they can tell.
They're controlling you like a puppet.
That's the sad part. They can tell. They can feel it. The vibes. So
I like no contact rule because it allows you to take control of yourself first. So you can build confidence and attract what belongs to you, attract love, attract life, right? And the same way I look at patience and the need for patience in a marriage as infinite is how I look at giving space. When you look at the outer space, like if you look at the sky, it feels like there's no limit, right? It feels like freedom. A person that says they don't want to have anything to do with you anymore in a marriage probably felt some level of bondage. They wanted to be free. So there's a way that your energy shows up.
And it doesn't mean that it's your fault.
No, this is not fault.
You got to throw that there.
Yeah, this is fault, blame, guilt, condemnation, judgment are not relevant to this. It's just the way humans are, right?
Okay.
The reason why they needed to exit is because they didn't feel enough sense of freedom, because you have to love in a way that people feel free, right?
Or they can be feeling suffocated.
They're feeling smothered, suffocated, overwhelmed by the idea of a marriage with you. I know it sounds sad, right? But that's the truth, So when they say, I'm not in love anymore, I want out, the last thing you want to do is bring up any kind of vibe that makes it feel like you're trying to hold them in that same bondage, right? Like I've been saying lately, the street doesn't love anybody, right? You gotta let them go, right? And when I say let them go, give them space. When we say space, I'm thinking of kind of like, so it has to mimic like the sky. The what do you call this? The sky. What do you call it in real life? It's not atmosphere. What do you call it? No, when you're outside.
When you're outside.
Like the sky. See how it feels limitless. What's the English of
sky?
Okay, sky.
It's the sky.
It feels limitless.
The sky is the limit.
Yeah. So think of that into the outer space. Like they could go as far as they want. And suddenly, there's a good chance they may not want all that.
Yeah.
They just wanted a taste of, is that really what I want? And after they test a little, they're like, nah. Nobody likes, at the end of the day, people like to have a home, go inside a house,
they
right?
Have to belong to
they don't want to be on the streets, right?
Yeah.
But if that's what they think they want, you gotta let them go taste that. You have to let them go taste that, So that's why no contact rule indefinitely. So the fear of the no contact rule is that what if
they never come back?
Right?
I love this person to death.
So the answer is that what if they never come back? That's the answer. Like, what would you do if they never come back, right? Because that's a possibility, right? And if you're not able to answer that question, there's a good chance you will create vibe and energy that will push them further away. But if you're able to answer, what if they never come back? If you're able to say, for example, I guess it's not meant to be. I guess I have options. I guess there are 4 billion women out here, right? Or there are 3 billion men out here. Or at least, whatever at least you want to say to yourself. I know you want this person, but you got to let them go. And part of the things you have to let go is not that human being alone, but your expectations of any type.
Yes.
So when you put a time limit on it, it puts you in this place of anxiety, and you're like, and that's part of the things you have to let go, so that you can work on yourself. After all, investing in yourself, working on yourself should have no limit, right? And you will attract love again, with or without this person, So that's the fear that people have with no contact rule. They want you to put like some kind of mark on it, but this is romance we're talking about. So So I strongly believe that you should let go. You should let go and take that time. If you're gonna have to put any kind of time limit on it, how long is it gonna take you for you to work on yourself to make sure you're not attracting any kind of crooked love again? How long is that gonna take? If you put 2 weeks on that, is that gonna take just 2 weeks? Are you sure about that? Then maybe, but I would just say don't do that to yourself, right?
Yeah.
Just start living life.
Because it's not gonna be sustainable anyway.
It's not sustainable.